Hello, hello, good evening, everyone. This is your host Wilson on here. How everyone tonight? If you can hear me loud and clear, please type one in the chat box so that I know that you can listen to my voice. So yes, as usual, always Anna, the first one, number one. Okay, I think when she see that my camera is on, she already type number one. Then when I say the thing, she will type enter. Okay, thanks for your support. Trey Huang also, thank you everyone. And yes, tonight is a very important topic for me at least. Okay, I see this topic. I really want to learn about this because I think it's one of the major topic in our life to see ourselves worthy and to be successful, right? But these two, how is interfere each other, relate each other within these two, how our hidden emotion pattern affect our business, our confidence, our decision making in our daily life or business or our relationship. This is a topic that worth our time to study, do the research. But tonight, we have invited a guest speaker, and she is from Sawaskia. Okay, and she has 10 years of experience in psychotherapy. She is the expert of human behavior and mind body healthy specialist, and she always work very closely with individual, family, business owner, group to navigate the emotion, psychological, or even life challenge. And who is she? I'm going to say ahoy to Miss Katarina. Yeah, Miss Katarina, welcome back.
Thank you, Wilson. Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Yes. All right. So I roll over to you, Katarina.
Thank you.
All right. So you can share your screen so that it'll be more easy for us to follow. Okay. When you speak.
Getting that. Just a
Ding ding
second.
ding. Yes. Coming, coming. Wow. Minzen got crab hand also. Very nice.
Okay. Is it okay? Can you see
It's
now?
coming up. Yes. Now is
Okay.
it okay, Katarina? Roll to you.
Thank you, Wilson. Thank you for a wonderful introduction. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight and investing your time in this, knowing yourself, learning something new. It means a lot to me. And today we have a really interesting topic, as Wilson said, and very powerful topic for for all of us actually, and it's self-worth and success in especially in our business. Why are we doing this topic? I believe that our self-worth is projected in every area on our life, in our lives, in our relationship, in our business, work, and even physical health eventually. So let's be open minded tonight and see what resonates with you. I just invite you to reflect while I talk and I give you examples. Reflect within yourself. Is there anything which resonates with you and maybe you can also relate to it? So, when it comes to self worth and success, we know that our self worth is based on our emotional patterns we have developed long, long ago. And it's not only projected in your business, it's projected in your relationships and in your friendships as well, everywhere. But tonight we are talking about business. So when it comes to business, normally what do we focus on? Techniques, strategies. We attend seminars and we get help, coaching to improve our business, to improve ourselves. It doesn't have to be business, can be your work as well. And we focus on that. And sometimes we really get good stuff, something very powerful, amazing techniques, amazing strategies. Yes, yet we still feel stuck, or we are not improving as much as we would like to, or we are not even doing well. Why is that? It is because our business is projecting everything internal in us. So it's based on what we believe we are, not on our skills, not on our doings. And why is it important? Why it matters to understand this? Because we have skills, and when we have knowledge, and when we have even most amazing opportunities, if we don't understand what is driving us, we get stuck. We will be inconsistent and very, very tired to run our business. So it's something deeper in us which is affecting our behavior, every action we take when we do our business. And we are going to look at those patterns today. What is reflected actually? It's our inner world. It's what we have become to survive. I always say that our patterns come from our early childhood, who we believe we have to be, who we believe we are, how we had to learn to behave, all the emotions, all the old pain, which is still within us, all this control, how we talk to people, how we speak to our clients. It also determines what we tolerate. Where is our tolerance when it comes to people? Uh, how much we charge, even that is based on who we are and on our old patterns. And of course, most important is also how we handle rejection. And rejection is, it could be just someone not replying our message, not only not buying our services on our products. So it's not random, it actually repeats. And over time, you think that this is actually normal. You will tell me, Katarina, but that's who I am. You know, introvert, extrovert, shy, scared to talk to people. Yes, I believe that you understand that that's what you are. But I want to make you understand today that you don't have to be this way if it's not beneficial for you, if it's not beneficial for your business. You can change those patterns. You can heal those patterns which you form early in your childhood because it feels normal to you. But that doesn't mean that it's right, or it doesn't mean that it cannot be changed. So, we are going to look at certain patterns which are most important in your business or your career. For those who have business, they will be able to relate to this. First one I want to talk about is fear of rejection. I believe that this is a very powerful pattern and it drives a lot of behaviors, decisions you make when you run your business. Where is this fear of rejection coming from? Let's just identify that first. As I said, it all starts in our early childhood. You, as a little boy, as a little girl, being rejected many, many times. Rejected how? You ask me, how, Katarina, rejected? Every time you needed your parents, you needed some attention, and they were busy to do it, or um, they were not able to give you this attention, or sometimes they only react positively when you brought results, when you did great in school. Conditional love, right? You were only interesting when you were doing well, when you were a good kid, when you behaved properly. So they loved you conditionally, and every single time they don't, you felt rejected. Also, your emotions, they were not able to accept you when you were emotional. So every time you were a bad boy or a bad girl, you were rejected. Come back when you are calm. Come back when you are okay already. So every time you were emotional, which supposed to be your right to be emotional, especially when you are a child, was not acceptable. And all this kind of rejection happen many, many times to you. And you slowly learn, in time you learn that you can be rejected. And you try to develop certain character and behaviors to prevent this rejection because it's painful. Every time you were rejected last time was painful for you, and it's exactly the same now. Even though you are 40, 50, even 60, you still have this on autopilot. Every time you're rejected, you take it personally. So let's say, following up, you have your clients, you need to follow up, you offered your services, you offered your products, and you need to follow up. Your fear of rejection will make you feel that this is personal to you, because sometimes people are just busy, or they forgot about your services, or your products. They didn't have time to reply. Yet it's good to remind them. But to you, you feel like they probably didn't like it. You assume, right? It's very hard for you to follow up, because what if they don't like it and they're gonna reject me? Again, the same pain will be pressed. You even avoid conversation. You won't even offer. So many times we have opportunities to talk about our business, about our product services, but you rather stay invisible, quiet, because what if they put you down? What if they say, oh, this is, we already heard about this, or many people are doing that. Again, doesn't matter what they say, you take it personally. It's a rejection to you. You become a small girl, small boy all over again. Every time you need to reply those messages, or send reminders to your customers, to your clients, you will be typing that message for a very long time, wasting your time reading these messages, changing those messages, thinking how to send a message which will prevent rejection or minimize the rejection. And people will tell you, oh, you have strategies how to message your customers. Let's say you give them two options, so it's harder for them to reject. All these strategies are great, fantastic. But end of the day, what's driving you is that pain, is that fear that you actually can get reply which says no. And to you, no, it's not no to your product. It's not a no to your business. It's a no to you. And you feel small, you feel invisible, you feel rejected. And you are not even aware of it, that these kind of behaviors are projected in your business, because you assume that you are an adult, you are a certain way, and you don't connect those dots. So another very powerful pattern is people pleasing. Let's identify where is people pleasing coming from. Most of the time when we become people pleasers is when we were not loved properly. Of course, again, mostly by our parents. We are collecting love everywhere else. We are nice to people. We do what people want us to do. We do extra. We go over the board as long as people validate us, like us, as long as they say, oh, she's nice, right? Oh, she's great. Or she's a wonderful person. And all these small collections is filling up the void within you, which is there for a very, very long time. That little girl and little boy still need to feel validated, still need to feel love, because the self-love and self-worth is not covered. So how does it project in your business? Yeah, saying yes when you mean no. Absolutely. You want to say no, but what if people won't like you? What if they say that you are too harsh, too mean? You are giving discounts because you cannot say no. People ask you for more products or more samples, or free services. They will negotiate with you, and yet you say yes, 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 till your profit is very, very minimal. And you realize that you're practically not earning enough or earning anything, but you are just feeling good. Okay, it's wonderful to feel good, but not like this. So we are overgiving. If we have this people pleasing issue, we are overgiving. We give even when people don't ask. We give, so we just feel good about ourselves, and we are validated. Like, wow, she's great. Even lowering your price. The price is totally determined on this. when you have your strategies and they tell you you need to stick with your price, you have to, because price is also your work, right? Especially if you have your services, is your time. Time is something you don't have unlimited. It's the most expensive asset actually, and you just give it. You just give it for free because again you're looking for that validation. So price, to set your price and stay firm with your price, it's definitely also affected, and subconsciously you will kind of attract those wrong clients, those who try to negotiate, because people can feel that you are not steady in saying no, and they will try. I'm sure you experience that many times. For those who have this particular issue, you somehow, but people always know that they can negotiate with you, and yes, they can, because you are driven with your old wounds, with your old pain, and it just feels so good that people like you, and you do it again and again and again, and then you realize that you are very drained and tired from this, because it's never ending. No matter how much you try, how much discount you give, how much you do for other people, to you it can never be filled. That void can never be filled. It's never enough, because it's just too painful not to be validated and loved. So very powerful pattern, also coming from your old wounds. Another one, proving yourself. Same thing, coming from you being criticized. You were never enough. You were trying your best, but yet for your parents, for your teachers, or maybe even comparison with your sibling. Someone was better, your sibling was better than you, and therefore you just try again and again. You try harder, you try to be better, but it was never enough. And you have this pattern to prove yourself, to show everyone that you are good. Look at me, I am good. I work so hard. You'll be working super hard, you'll be overworking, constant need to perform. You will post on social medias because uh, you think that that makes you feel that, oh, I have done enough today, I have done a lot today. You will be meeting clients, and yet it doesn't project and reflect in your business, because again your your reward is just you feeling good. Doesn't mean that you're working hard, you're working effectively. And also most of the time you're forgetting yourself, and when you're forgetting yourself, you don't have a balance in life. You are tired, you don't have time to rest. And you don't have time to rest, you don't have time to think, you don't have time to reflect on your business, on your doings. You don't even have time to reflect on yourself, on your soul, on your tiredness, on your family. And it's a cycle. You just go in this circle every single day without realizing that you're stuck there, and you're just trying, working hard without big results. So constantly performing, comparing yourself with others. Oh, Susanna already posted 5 posts and I have done nothing, quickly do that. Or she already met 20 clients this week. And yet you might even have support groups where people compare their goals and achievements this particular week. But it doesn't mean that they are working the same way as you, or they are working harder. They might be working smarter, and yet here you are trying everything and getting very little. And of course you still never feel enough, because that void in you, that wound in you is not healed, and you definitely burn out. It's just too much for you to handle. You feel like you're constantly tired, and when you try harder, the results are not there. Nothing actually works. You follow what other people follow, but for you it's different. And the worst thing is that even when you achieve your goals, the goals you wrote on Monday and you're supposed to reflect on Friday and you have done it, internally you still don't feel that it's enough, that this success is enough. And again, immediately you start thinking of what's next. You're not able to enjoy your success, to enjoy your results, because for you to, it feels like, oh, now I need to show more, I need to prove more, I need to work harder again. So immediately you go from one success to another, but actually not really living your life fully. And I don't have to tell you that the balance is very important and it's wonderful to earn money, but if you have no time to spend them, to enjoy them, then what's the point? So emotional triggers in business will show us what is actually inside us. It's a beautiful tool. Business is a beautiful tool. For those who have your own business, it's such a wonderful tool to recognize your patterns so you can address them. You can work on them. Of course, relationships are wonderful tools too, and we already talked about it a little bit. But business, it's like a mirror for you. And when you try to understand yourself, when you're willing to understand yourself, you can learn a lot about yourself. So let's say you have difficulties to reply. Why? Why is it so difficult? You can see it's your self doubt, questioning yourself, right? Am I good enough? How am I going to reply to this client? Maybe he's right. Maybe he will reject me. Then you feel insecure immediately. Wow, one rejection, and then you think three times to message other clients because you're taking it personally. Rejection feel personal to you, and then it affects maybe half a day, maybe few days how you interact with your clients. And you were just rejected once with someone who maybe just didn't need your services or didn't understand how wonderful your product is. And rejection didn't come because your product is bad or your services are bad or you're a lousy speaker. They just didn't need it, but immediately you feel insecure. And then you have to approach other clients and you're thinking, wow, maybe not. Maybe actually, maybe I'm not that good. Maybe I should even do something else. Maybe I should just work for someone and keep it easy, keep it simple. And then, of course, your sales, slow sales, you panic because it's also reflecting on your worth, right? My sales are good means I am good, but it's not always the case, right? You are again taking it personally. And the most important one is feedback because you get feedback from people, and if you take it personally, it's very, very painful. Feedback in doing business is a beautiful tool to get better, to improve your business, your services, even your products. But if it feels personal, then it's a painful occasion and you react emotionally. Your emotions will be up to the ceilings and wow, how dare you criticize me? You'll be thinking she haven't even tried for too long, or she is not good herself and she's criticizing me, judging my business. It will feel like a judgment. But for you, if you don't have those wounds, you can just see it as a feedback. Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much for your honesty. I'm going to improve my business. And you won't spend few days feeling bad about yourself or feeling miserable that you were criticized, because in your eyes it's a criticism. So there are many emotional triggers. You can observe your emotions. Your emotions never lie. Your emotions come in your body. You can feel them in your body. And every time you send those messages, or you're supposed to send your messages, even before, or approach a client, before you go see your clients, before every meeting, or every time you're looking at your sales and looking at numbers, observe your body. Your body will tell you that you are feeling emotional. Your emotions will be there for you. And thanks to your emotions, as I always said, emotions are beautiful, also a wonderful tool. It's just a tool, very natural to all of us. Thanks to your emotions, you can judge, you can see and understand where are you coming from? Where am I coming from doing my business or my career? Or even when you work for people, where am I coming from? Every time my boss criticizes me, and every time I need to come with a new project or presentation, how does it feel? And where in your body you feel it? Because last time we talked about emotions being stuck in our body and causing us our physical illness. And especially later in life, when we run on those patterns for a long time, we already develop physical illness, physical symptoms, especially when we are stressed. And it's very easy to be stressed to handle your own business. Everything is on you, responsibility on your shoulders. You need to come up with your strategies and you need to feed your family. And it's a lot to handle. And more pressured you are, more you have to handle, more emotional you become and more triggered, emotionally triggered you become, especially for ladies. Because if we talk business, uh, if we talk business, this is quite new for ladies. It's natural, more natural for men, but for women, it it's not something which is there for a long time. And yet, definitely, we can do business, we can earn money, we can be very, very successful. We have all the tools to do it. But you mustn't forget that we have many, many other responsibilities. And we are also not built to handle stress, how to feed our children or how to provide for our family. This is not in our software. We can slowly develop and be strong to handle this. But again, it will backfire us because we are feminine. We're not supposed to be masculine, as we talked about it last time. So also in your business, you can beautifully project where are you. And even for men, sometimes when fear drives us and when we are very emotional, we can also recognize that this is more feminine and also driven from your old pain and your old patterns. So as I said, we don't respond to reality, you respond to with what you are triggered, what is triggered in you. And it's just wonderful to recognize that because it can be addressed. Only when you know what you are dealing with, you can change. And sometimes it's easier than you think, and it has a huge impact and huge change, especially in your business, just by understanding yourself. So when you run on those patterns, it's very easy to make your decisions based on fear, to sabotage your business. You will tell people, I don't know why, but I always end up this way, no matter what I start, or I always attract certain clients. Um, I want to wake up early and start doing my stuff, what's supposed to be done today, and yet you are not able to have this action. You are either tired or you are overthinking and you are stuck there in front of your PC for a couple of hours, nothing is done. The fear is driving every finger when you type, and you are not moving anywhere. Why are we talking about it? So you get the awareness, especially your emotional awareness, as I said just now. What can you do once you know, once you have this awareness? Okay, so that's who I have become because of my childhood, because of my old wounds. I am handling my business this way. First step is for you to admit, to know, okay, to realize that yes, I have these patterns, and that's okay because it's not my fault. I have been pushed to become like this to survive. in order to survive, I had to have these patterns because otherwise I'll go crazy. I will be emotional. I will be unstable. So I have developed these patterns to survive. But then, what can I do with these patterns? And once you pause and understand those patterns, then your reaction is different, can be different. You need to pause. You need to pause and stop. Understand that, okay, I am reacting from my fear, or I am reacting from um, my people pleasing issue, and I don't want that. Today, I'm not going to please anyone. I don't need validation and love. I love myself. I know who I am. So I'm not going to react like last time. I am going to react differently. Pause, understand that yes, I was about to send this message because I wanted them to say, "Oh, I'm so nice." I wanted to give discount. I wanted to respond differently, and I'm not going to. What if I don't? What if I'm not coming from this? Let's say people pleasing or fear of rejection. What if I'm going to stay with the strategies I have, wonderful strategies I have? I don't need this validation. How would I reply? And then observe, your message will be very different. Of course, the fastest way is to address those issues and heal. But even just observing, understanding that it's a lie, whatever they made you believe when you were little, let's say that you are not enough, you're not good enough. Every time you were rejected, or every time you were not loved properly, you didn't feel that love, that you had to get it from, excuse me, from someone. That doesn't define you, your results in school or how good you are. It doesn't define you. You are still loved consistently. If you don't need that love from other people, how would you respond? What your message would look like? Maybe it would be slightly different. So this pausing, this understanding is already a huge thing, even without healing those issues. Of course, I always encourage you to go deeper and heal because it's very easy and it's totally possible. Otherwise, it's on autopilot. You want to rewire your body, you want to rewire your reactions. It takes time, but you can start the day and pause for a while and understand, oh, what am I doing today? How is my response today? And feel safe within yourself. When you feel safe, when you know who you are, then your response is different. Then you have clear decisions. You know what to do. You understand, you have a strategy, you follow. You don't fall back to your old patterns because what if I lose these clients? Maybe I just need to give more, and I want to give more, and then at the end you give more. But the giving more is coming from people pleasing and looking for validation, of course. So go within, go deeper, pause, breathe before you do everything tomorrow. Let's say, just give it a try and see how different you would respond, see how different you will react. Because, yes, when you are stable inside, rejection doesn't feel personal, it doesn't define you. You are okay to reject my services. You are okay to reject my products. I know my product. I know I'm good. And those people who will appreciate it will find me, will be willing to pay even more because I know I'm good. I know I'm selling something which is worth buying or worth that money. You will also be able to set your boundaries naturally, beautifully. No is a no when you meet your clients or even when you talk to your boss. This is what I can do, this is maximum I can do, and nothing more than that. Because you're not proving anything to anyone. You don't have to. You're not searching for that validation. So when you don't try to prove yourself, your services, your products, you're stable. You're stable with your price. You're stable with your worth. I have something wonderful. I don't need to prove it to you. You believe in it. You believe in yourself. And the clarity is there. You are not doubting anything. either your business, your products, or services, you won't doubt that. You simply stay steady in it, and yeah, you will act differently. It will project in how you sell and how you communicate with people, also how you lead. Let's say you have your employees. Um, you you will set you will set the tone. You will give them a wonderful example how you deal with customers, clients, and of course you will attract those customers and clients who will appreciate you, because every single person is your mirror. Every single customer is your mirror, and it's wonderful to know that. It's wonderful to use that in your advantage, because that never lies. Same like our partners, when we talk about a relationship, and your partner will definitely press your buttons and trigger you to show you how you really feel about yourself, who you believe you are. Same with your customers. So I encourage you to use that in your advantage and observe from outside what is actually there, what are these people projecting in you. And yeah, you will start choosing, you will stop chasing, and that is so much freedom and so much easier when you have your own business. So real transformation, yes, definitely good to heal those patterns if you have some. Be aware, be honest with yourself. The truth is that, yeah, I act from my patterns, I act from my old pain. Your body will show you where those emotions are. Body never lies. Body is a wonderful tool. Once you decide that you heal and you rewire, so your reaction can slowly become different. Maybe this week you lose it 3 times, and 3 times you react healthily, and next week it will be more. It will be more times, but slowly over time it become normal to you. Your reactions, your action in business will be different, and it become normal to you, something familiar. Of course, when you heal, your body will heal as well. You have a wonderful product, your enzyme, which supports every single cell. The enzyme is needed in every process, cellular process. We are healing on a cellular level, or when it comes to holistic approach, or let's say therapy, I do. And when you support your body with your enzyme, that is a very powerful combo, and it can happen even faster, because even the wiring in your brain is changing. So it becomes easier when you support your body and your nervous system, your mind. um, it's much faster, because new healthy cells replicates, and then your body can heal if you have any physical issues. Because many people, from dealing, let's say they have their own business, dealing with the business for many years, they already develop physical sickness, high blood pressure, diabetes, especially diabetes. When you run your stress hormones, your stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol are high, your sugar level is high, and then you develop diabetes. Just imagine that the stress is not there, because you change your patterns, you change your behaviors, you heal your pain, and also your pancreas, your veins, your arteries, everything can heal thanks to the enzyme. One supporting each other, it can be very powerful, and transformation can be super fast. So I always encourage to support your body. So yes, you don't build your success by becoming more. You don't need to be more. No one needs to be more. We all were born 100% maximum. We all have what it takes. But sometimes we just have to remove what is not us. Those personalities we have formed into because we had to, in order to survive, or those personalities we believe we are, they made us believe we are, those labels they gave us, that we are this or that. Just enough to remove that, and then you will find out and realize that you are maximum. You have what it takes. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to be better. You don't have to be smarter even doing your business. There is always um, there's always space to learn something new. Anyone and we can learn every single day. But believing that we need to be more or we don't have what it takes, that's definitely something which will hold you back. No matter how many techniques you learn, no matter how many strategies you will have to run your business. And yeah, it is very tiring to constantly try to be someone else, to be better, to not to believe in yourself and chasing that validation. Very, very tiring. So I encourage you to heal those wounds and understand yourself better. And that was my intention for today. That just the understanding of who you are is already very, very powerful. So feel free to reach out for those who would like to go deeper or who need some guidance. I'm always here and I'm very, very happy to help. Okay, so
Y-
we'll take some time also for you to ask questions if anyone is have any particular question related to this topic. I
Yes,
like.
Katarina, I think there's many people have a lot of question for you. Okay. So for all our friends with here with us tonight, feel free to type your question. Maybe sometime don't be so complicated. Just type whatever you have in your mind, even a simple question. Okay. So type in the chat box. Later we will invite Katarina, okay, to answer us again. Thank you for the wonderful sharing, Katarina. Now I will how to say ask you to take a 5 minute break, drink some water. Okay, you deserve it. Okay, so then later on we will invite Katarina again to answer our Q&A. Okay, wow, our audience here is typing their question or structuring what they want to ask, and of course, I have to introduce to you this wonderful product that we have. Like what Katarina said, we have a very amazing product. Okay, so this is our Do Good Natural Complex Enzyme with a digestive enzyme, metabolism enzyme. Most of the time, when we see the enzyme in the market, most likely they have only one, which is digestive enzyme. Help us to digest. But this one, our complex enzyme, why we call it complex enzyme? Because we have metabolism enzyme as well. This is like what Katarina just now said, is to the our blood cell, our cell level. And we have growth factor, high antioxidant support, anti-free radical support, and help delay aging. Okay, so all this is to support our repair and regeneration of our cell. And with this one, with our mind and body synchronized tune, then yes, we can be the best version of ourselves. If only the mind is super clear, but our body might not support some of the activity we want to do, so we might not be able to like go full force, right? But with the natural complex enzyme that we have, with the growth factor, high antioxidant support, and with the SOD link, that can really support us, our body, to do what we mean to do, the best version of ourselves. And our Duga enzyme growth factor is really an upgrade for our metabolism. Okay, so we have the aggressive secondary attraction technology. This is something aggressive technology that we have to uh extract the growth factor from plants. Okay, so this is a plant based, and these factors are the key to repairing our damaged tissue, regenerating cell, and purifying the blood in our daily life. Even with our emotion, if we have a lot of negative thought in our mind, that actually can like damage our tissue, right? So our cell look different when we think negative or if we think positive. Okay, one is look more healthy. So all this, even the growth factor, can help in, and our growth factor is patented as well. And what is the benefit of enzyme supplement? Okay, I'm not sure whether you heard of this before or not. Enzyme actually is very important for our human body. Okay, and our human body usually that will already naturally they will produce enzyme. But because of our daily life, now we enjoy our food. We do a lot, maybe extreme activity to try ourselves. We push ourselves for further level. In this civilization life, our daily life, our body enzyme might not be enough to support it. So that's why we need extra the supplement enzyme for us to our body to do the job. And a high quality enzyme should provide all these six key functions. Help us to break down digested food, purify the blood, anti-inflammation, antibacterial regeneration of new cell, and in the rejuvenation. These the six key function that a good enzyme should have. And our two good enzyme have four key principles when we select it. Safety. This no doubt the number one major criteria must have. Sometimes, to be honest with you all, for me personally, I really sometimes don't mind if the supplemental product is no effect. But I want it must be safe. If I consume something into my body, it's not safe. So what else we are talking here? Right? So safety is always the number one. And second, high activity, highly active. This one resistant to the high temperature and strong acidic environment, maintain active to meet the body need. Okay, and stability is able to break through the environmental limitation, ensure long-term enzyme stability. From its produce packet to our hand, the product, when we consume it, have to be stable because the supply chain, the logistic might be undergo high temperature, right? How we store the thing, everything. The stability test must be proven. And 5 years maturity, this one is very unique in the market. Most of the enzyme in the market is less than 3 years maturity because it's very expensive to do all this. But the SOD and the implementation, a lot of great ingredient will come out only after 3 years. And our enzyme is up to 5 years maturity. It's a smaller molecule for easy absorption as well. And this one, the integrity and quality. For us, our product is truly natural. We have been focused exclusive on R&D on a single product since 1968. It has been almost 60 years since it's first developed. And from every shipment, every batch is passed the SGS test. And of course, the standard food safety regulation, you have no bacteria, no heavy metal, no plastic, no toxic. All this we have to a lab test for decade, not years, decade, because our product have been since 1968. And this one, Mr. Chen Ming Ho, he is the father of the enzyme, the founder of our product. He has spent his life doing this research and production history to find the enzyme, how it can be helpful for our human body. He is specialist in the enzyme engineering back in his time study in Japan, and since 1968 he have begun with a single pineapple enzyme research. And after years of research, this is the key product that we have, the amazing enzyme that we have today for us to consume and prevention of common lifestyle related disease. Okay. And for our two good premium natural complex enzyme, it is a complete system. It's not a single. It's from digestion, metabolism to repair self, plus antioxidant support. This is what we call a complete system that our body truly need. Okay, so for tonight, since we are here, we got event special. We have this one only event exclusive. Buy 5 box free 1 box. Oh, it's 15 box free 4 box, even more valuable. Our product is super good, 100% natural, vegan. Okay, so this one is good for us to consume for our daily body support. Okay, and this one very interesting topic for our next activity is about the silent killer reversing chronic inflammation and aging via cellular repair. This topic is brought to you by our speaker, Dr. Lim. He is an expert in this nutritional fact, and he going to tell us how this silent killer is affecting our body. And it's next Tuesday, 26th of May, same timing, 8 p.m. So be here with us next week also, so that we start to learn more about our body. Today we learn about our mind, our psychology from Katarina. Next week with Dr. Lim, we're going to learn more about our cellular repair. So now we would like to invite Katerina to back with us again to answer some question. Okay, so still feel free to throw your question in the chat box. And Katerina, have you read the chat box?
Yes, I have seen the question.
Yeah,
Well,
so what your
how
opinion about this? Yeah.
to build a strong mind? If someone's character is weak and thin, especially if there is fear of losing something, we always feel fear, especially when environment, career stability is unstable. Okay, first I need to say that our mind, you can't really judge if our mind is strong or it's not strong. Mind is very strong. Actually, mind is a very tricky place. Mind needs to understand that is the role of our mind. And our mind is coming from what we know. So let's say that I know that there might be danger or there will be that I can lose someone. How do I know? Because I have already lost someone, something, right? Or because some things happen to me, and our mind will create new scenarios based on what we already experience. So you get scared again. You will have this fear again because your mind already experienced it and coming and try to come up with a solution how to prevent that situation. So the fear, how can emotion be created just like that? It cannot be. You have to think of something to be emotional. If I tell you a sad story, then you become sad. But if I tell you a happy story, you are going to be happy, right? So the thought must come first. But why those thoughts are coming because we already have experienced something and we are expecting the same, or we have heard something. Okay, now the market is difficult, or career is difficult to build in these days, this time, and we build our fear on that. Of course, if we have experienced that fear ourselves, then it's even more powerful because we lost the safety once and we are scared to feel unsafe again. So we are chasing that safety and we think that we are weak, but we are actually coming from the pattern we know. So when you want to improve, it's not your mind. You have to forget what you know and come from unknown. And even unknown can have two options. Things can go right and things can go wrong. And you can even remove that option that things can go wrong when you are stable and steady and just go into unknown expecting good. Then there won't be any fear. You understand what I'm trying to say? Does it make sense?
Yes, it totally makes sense, but it's also very deep. I think a lot of us might understand the theory, but when we practicing how to get into unknown, but to have a positive outcome without thinking the other side,
Yes.
right?
Of course, the understanding is important. That's why I always invite people to go deeper, to pause, to observe yourself from outside. Why am I thinking this actually? Why am I thinking this? Why those thoughts are coming to me? Oh, because I already experienced it and I'm assuming. Let's say, simple thing, I give you a simple example, nothing to do with business, everyday life. You know that certain shopping mall, let's say Sunway Pyramid in Malaysia, okay, is a shopping mall, and you know that it's always difficult to find parking there. You assume every single time that the parking will be difficult. And of course, it will be difficult. But let's say, okay, it's a very silly example that you can apply on anything. Let's say you forget that you already know that. Let's say I'm going there for the first time. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I assume that I need to park, so parking will be available. Not like everyone knows, no way you can get parking. I just go there, assume parking will be there, and then parking will happen easily. I have clients who manifest that very easy for them. You can apply on anything, right? So
Yeah.
because I know something, my mind, it will create a scenario or prepare me, create the fear, whatever is there related to that particular situation, based on what I know. But we don't have to act from what we know. We can actually go into blank unknown and let things happen and let things be different and assume a better outcome, right? So it's not that you have your mind stronger or have your mind under control. You understand your mind, how your mind work. Because to have your mind under control, it's very, very difficult. But if you understand where you're coming from and why you're thinking certain way, then it's easy to control it or to even correct it.
Mm.
I hope I answered your
Yeah.
question.
I think definitely we learn something from here. Okay. Especially when we want to find parking, definitely will remember you.
Okay, well, it can be applied on anything.
Anything. Yeah. That's the true powerful tips that you tell us tonight. So, always be positive thinking.
Yeah, you can say it that way as well.
Right?
Positive, assume positive, but in the same time, when you can't, when you are not getting what you want, understand what you are, where are you coming from.
Mm. I think this is where you try to bring us back to the source, back to the roof, like our inner children, so that we can make peace with ourselves. Then we totally change the whole things, right?
Yeah, yeah. Your
From in.
personality will change
Mm,
because your personality is based on what you had to be, what you become. You've been forced to have this personality. Let's say I was not loved by my mom or my parents, I become this happy, easygoing girl. So everyone would like me, right? And I was grandma's favorite, godmother's favorite, uncle's favorite, just because I was not loved with those two people who supposed to love me. And indirectly, I built my personality to be a happy, sweet person, right? Or grumpy, the other way, right? Or always lonely or introvert because every time I speak out, I was shut down, then I become introvert, and that is my personality. But this personality is based on my pain, and the personality can change. You can change that anytime if you are suffering because of who you had to become.
yeah, that's why I think a lot of people use this positive thinking as a tool. We control our mind, control it to think positive, right? But
Yeah, that can
that's
be very tiring.
yeah, that's
You don't
true.
go to a root cause of why you cannot be positive or why you have to be positive. It's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to doesn't supposed to be any effort. It's
Well,
supposed
because
to be
people tell us
absolutely
when we
natural.
be positive, it's more easy for me to be success, more easy for me to like get client, customer, everybody favorite, right? So that's what we have been taught.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not easy, and sometimes it's even impossible. If you don't heal your wounds, to force yourself to be positive, even that can be very, very tiring.
Yeah, I
Constant.
think a lot of our friends here tonight can relate it somehow. If you can relate this one, type one in the chat box, okay? So that we know that, wow, you are not alone.
Thank you. And thank you
Yes.
for the question.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think now we almost come to the end already. If anyone still have question, okay, be brief. Feel free. Type in the chat box. Even you can private message me. Okay, we'll keep it open for another 30 seconds. So if no other question, we will call it a day. But while we still have you here, Miss Katerina, can you give us one last tips that we can take home tonight?
Okay, sure. Well, knowing yourself is, I think, the most powerful thing you can do. And don't be hard on yourself. We all have issues. We all have old pain we are running on, controlling us, controlling our behavior, decision. Don't be hard on yourself. Just simply understand yourself. And when you have compassion for yourself, then it's easier. It's much easier. We always have compassion for other people, and we are so hard, especially when we do business. Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be achieving this by now. My goal was there by now. Constantly hard on yourself. But it's not our fault that we struggle, but also it's our responsibility to change that and to heal. I believe so. No one can
Oh,
do it for you.
okay, that's amazing. And once again, thank you for all your sharing, Katerina. I think we really learned a lot tonight. I don't know about the rest, but definitely I am. Okay, so great to have you here tonight. So we're going to see you once again next time. And thank you, everyone. That's all for tonight. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bye. Good night.